Welcome to Porsha's Queen the podcast, and you're tuning in to Uncensored Conversations. And today we're doing things a little bit different. I know you guys are used to me being the host, the one with the questions, but Miss Trena Hayes is taking the reins today.
Yes.
And now I'm getting nervous. She she came with questions for me today. So, like I told her, she said, "Is anything off the table?" I said, "No, absolutely not." So, anyway, cocktails and conversations.
Hi.
Definitely needed that.
Right.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Trena.
I am Trena Hayes, the owner of Love Language Events in the Bay Area. And what we specialize in is we do erotic poetry events. We do anniversaries. Wait, can we stop? Sorry. No, keep going?
We keep going. Let's go. You did great.
But they're going to edit it.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay. What do I start?
I mess up all the time.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm Trena Hayes, the owner of Love Language Events, and we are outside of the Bay Area, and what we specialize in is all things love. So anniversary parties, proposals, intimate date nights, and we also do erotic poetry events. So I've been on this podcast with Porsha before, and I loved her energy, and I said, you know what? I want to do something different. I want to question Porsha. I want to get the insight on Porsha. So nothing is off limits, and I wanted to name this Cocktails and Conversations.
All right.
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Nothing is off limits.
No.
Okay. So before we get into the deep questions, let's start off soft. Okay. You obviously have your podcast.
Yes.
What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, the inspiration behind the podcast was really just, I felt called to do it. I'm not really in front of the camera type of person. However, so it wasn't something I would have just chosen on my own, but it just kind of it's been working for me, and I just feel more of a pull and a push to continue to do it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Where do you see your podcast going in 5 years, 5 to 10 years?
Yeah. Well, I view my podcast more of a talk show. So
I love that.
where it's not just so much focused and centered on straight interviews or just focused and centered on straight, just conversational topics, topic based. I look at it as a whole. As a whole, like the same things you would go watch on a talk show, daytime TV talk show, or a nighttime TV talk show,
Right.
happening on my show, right? So with that, like I do want to see it eventually in the mainstream and respected as a talk show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my business is called Love Language Events. So it's only right to ask you, what is your love language and why? And if it's more than one, that's fine.
Yeah.
But,
so I need all of them.
okay.
Okay. I need all of them.
All five.
All five.
Okay.
But
Okay.
my top two is definitely physical touch and acts of service. The reason why is because, like, you can tell me all day you love me, but if I'm not feeling the love, I need to feel the love, you know?
Okay.
And then on top of that, you know, like, so yeah, I could hear it, and just if I'm not feeling it, I just don't feel. I need that. And then acts of service is because I have a lot, and that's how I show love. A lot of times by helping and doing things for people, and I just feel like that's the biggest sacrifice you can do for someone over money, is by showing them every day and physically that you really, rock with them. For real. Yeah. If you care about how my day is going and my life is going, and you want to make things easier for me, I definitely rock with that for sure. It makes me feel loved. Like, even with my friendships, right? Like an act of service is reposting my stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God, that person loves me for real, you
Right.
know? And showing up, you know, for me, I don't have to see you every day. I don't, right? Even
I'm
in my
so
friendships,
different.
I know, but like even in friendships, like I don't have to like I don't take anything from my friends if I haven't seen you in 6 years.
Okay.
We still tight.
Right.
As long as, you know, you show me love in other type of ways. So
Okay.
that's why acts of service and physical touch in relationships. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Does Portia believe in love at first sight? Why or why not? And these are the we're gonna heat up.
Okay.
We got
No, this one's hard. Well, honestly, I'm such a hopeless romantic that I will say that absolutely right.
Okay.
But then it's the mental part of me with my psychology background where I'm like, oh no, that's just you know, the infatuation and physical response and things like that. But I will tell you, like, I believe it matters based off of how you meet that person and
True.
what that connection is like. Because until I kind of pretty much experienced it myself, I would have probably been like, oh no, it's just a psychology. You're just mentally thinking that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Besides the physical, what does Portia want from a man?
Ooh.
Yes. Because you know, there's women who say, "Oh, he have to have this, he have to have that." The no,
I threw the list out the window. I used to have the list like you have to be above 6 feet, I'm short. I'm 5'2", so
right,
and that's partially why, because I'm short. Like I want my son to have some a chance at height.
right, right, right.
I really like based it off of what I based, like, he can't wear glasses. You can't have bad eyesight because my mom has bad eyesight. Like I was basing off breeding purposes.
Were you
When
really?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think everyone does though.
Yeah, and obviously you have to be smart. But as far as physical qualities, I was always basing it off of breeding purposes, right? Not so much of like looks like that, but just like DNA for sure.
Okay, okay, okay.
But what I'm looking for in a man is at this point in my life, because I could breed more or I could not, right? I could have more babies or I could be done. I'm really looking for the mindset of a person. Am I able to grow with that person? Am I able to be as big as I need to be in this life with that person? Does this person take any pressure off of me, load off of me? Do I vibe well with this person? Is this my retreat? Because the world is hard. It's every day is hard, you know? And a lot of that stuff a lot of the things that I'm looking for and I'm looking at when I make connections with people, you can't fake it. It's the things that you can't fake.
Right.
I'm going to see it or not. How does this person make me feel? Do I feel anxious and when we have a disagreement?
Right.
You know, because if my anxiety flares up when we're having a disagreement, I know that personally I'm going to retreat. So if I'm able to have a conversation with you about something that bothers me and it doesn't causes my emotions to go crazy.
Okay.
Like I'm good with that. I like that because I like to be emotionally regulated as much as I can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So you ready for the next one?
Always ready.
Okay.
Stay ready.
Right. Right. In this generation, what does Portia feel like men are lacking? We
Y'all
want to
niggas, no, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
We want to hear from Portia. What are men lacking?
Honestly, I think they're carrying too much of things.
Okay.
For example, too much trauma, too much ego, and not enough vulnerability.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because if you want somebody in your life, you need to be able to say that. You know, if you are having, they got that trauma that they got going, right? It's just like you're carrying your trauma, but you're not working on your trauma, right? You're causing damage to women that you feel like you love, right? You think you love them and you're damaging the person you're supposed to go through life with. Is crazy.
Right.
Right. So we got to work on our stuff, and men need to work on their stuff, and they need to be okay with doing so, healing and before they go on to the next one, for sure. Yeah.
No, I feel that. I
Yeah.
do. I do. I should have asked, are you single? Are you dating? Or what's the deal with Porsha the Queen?
Oh my God, that's the one thing that's off limits. No, you know what? I haven't quite decided how to answer that statement yet. But and it's so funny because I operate with so much clarity and all of the things. I'm like pro clarity, but when it comes to like public to the public, what's today? We're not going to talk about what the date is.
Okay.
So
okay.
as of right now, let's say pending purchase.
Okay. I like that. What'd you say?
Pending purchase.
I like that.
I'm in the shopping cart. Someone's in the shopping cart. Are they in my shopping cart? Or
But you haven't checked out just yet.
Basically.
Okay. A lot of women don't like to talk about this because it could be embarrassing or whatever. Have you been in a relationship where someone has cheated and you stayed? And if so, it's kind of a two-part question. If so, why did you stay?
Dang, I'm gonna try to answer this without giving away who you were. I'm trying. Honestly, because I am not the type of girl that really goes through your phone and all of the things. Like, I'm not really that type. So I'm gonna say, like, as far as I'm concerned, most of my relationships I hadn't been cheated on.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Not knowingly,
Right.
because I wouldn't have stayed.
Okay.
But the situation to where I did get cheated on and knowingly stayed in the relationship, it was primarily because I got to give it away. I had just had my baby.
Okay.
know?
Okay.
So,
That's fair. That's fair.
And I don't stay in relationships because of children. However, I stayed to work on it because of the dynamics of the current situation in the relationship. I'm very much a realist, and if I feel like I'll look at the entirety of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Instead of everybody makes mistakes.
Right.
Right. Now, if someone's just outrightly treating you poorly, that's one thing. But I looked at the full dynamic of the relationship and the state that we were in. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why I stayed, was because of the dynamic of our relationship at the time. And then it actually became a really great relationship after we exposed what happened. We started talking about things and we worked on it. And then down the line, it was great for a while. And then he did it again.
Right. So I would say I've been cheated on every time.
Yeah.
In my relationships. Each time it hurt because I felt like, what am I doing wrong? In each relationship, what am I doing wrong? Is he not attracted to me anymore? What is she doing that's better? I used to feel like that. Mm-hmm. Not no more.
Because that's that person's stuff.
Exactly.
And you can't carry that person's stuff.
Exactly.
And a lot of times when we have the when we have those things that happen to us, we carry it to our next relationships and our next because we're saying, oh, this person cheated on me, I don't want no more cheaters. And then we attract cheaters because we're hyper focused on the thing that happened, right? So we end up, I try not to use this word, but we end up manifesting more cheaters into our life. That's why when you ask me, they all my exes were perfect. They're great guys. They're just not perfect for me.
Right.
And
Oh, I
I will
like
not
that.
carry their stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I've grown. Like, if I've stayed in certain situations because I just wanted it to work.
Yeah.
I don't want someone else to have him. I've been with him for two. Right. I
Bye.
know. Right. Yeah. Now it's bye. Now it's bye.
But we all have that ring alarm. I've been doing this too long.
No,
I'll be damned if I see another chick in my home. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have had those moments where, you know, there's so much good here. I'ma say, you know, but when someone, and I tell you, I like I said on one of our prior episodes, you know, when you're validated to leave, you need to do that, you know, and I don't need the apologies. Like, when something come across my desk, I'm gonna examine it, but I'm gonna decide. Like, I'm gonna look at the full situation, but I'm never going to keep a man because I don't want him with another woman, because he will be with those other women
Regardless.
and keep you from being with a guy who respects you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I said that's how I used to feel.
Yeah.
When I was younger. I don't want him with her, or
Yeah.
I've been
She can't win.
right. Right.
You're not a prize if you're a
Right,
cheater.
right. Or I just wanted to work. We've been together 2 years. I don't want it to end, blah, blah, blah. But now that I'm older, now it's just like I can't afford for someone to mess up my peace. I really can't.
Absolutely.
It may sound cliche to say, but I really can't afford
yeah.
that.
For sure. I always
Certain
say,
red flags or
yeah, I always say, like, what's 7 years compared to the rest of my life? I don't care how much time we did. If because I'm such a rational person and I look at the full scope of the situation, and if I don't feel like it's warranted, and I feel like it's honestly, like, that's why I'm so big on, like, clarity. Are we together or are we not together? Because you'll own someone's actions when you're falsely thinking you're in a relationship.
wow.
Right? And then now you have that insult on to you, right? And you're carrying that, and now you're hurt because you had no clarity that you guys were exclusive in the first place. So that's why it's important, because you can't hold a person accountable until there's exclusivity in the relationship. So that's why we can't carry nobody else's stuff. No matter how they act, their words have to align with the actions. The words have to align with the actions.
Right.
The words have to align with the actions.
So
and the actions have to align with the words.
Yes. So piggybacking off that and red flags and things you won't accept, what is a deal breaker for Porsha? What is something, there's some things we sweep under the rug. What's something Portia's like, no? Aside from cheating, let's not add that.
Yeah, because I'm not manifesting cheaters into my life, so I don't even want to talk about that. People do what they do, anyone can be a cheater, I feel like, personally.
Absolutely.
So, given the right situation, or I feel like it's morals, and it's your morals. It's how you operate. So, I just don't feel like everyone will cheat, though.
Yes.
Right? I completely believe there's people who just won't do that, and think highly enough of you not to do that, and highly enough of themselves not to be like that.
You believe all men don't cheat?
I don't believe all men cheat.
Okay.
I don't.
Really?
I've been in relationships, and I'm gonna tell you, I've been in relationships with faithful men, for sure.
And you never thought for 1 second,
No.
He's maybe doing something.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
However, to answer your question, when a man is highly insecure and highly anxious, that it throws me off, because not saying that all men are insecure, because there could be, like, just having, like, the right boundaries and things like that, right? But if you're overly controlling and aggressive in the wrong type of way,
yes,
I don't do the physical violence. Like, I don't do DV at all.
Yeah.
So
that was actually one of my. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I won't entertain that at all. You put your hands on me, we're done. Okay, because then I gotta call somebody for you after that. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I don't make excuses for nobody because you're gonna take me to a level in which I don't like to be in. And once I feel like, you know, I gotta put somebody else in jeopardy, or maybe, some people gonna have to get locked up behind you, I'm not doing it.
I
So
don't see how any man can put their hands on a woman.
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, but they do it. And some women, they get physical with men too. I learned when I was younger, I used to fight my brother all the time.
Me too.
Right? And
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, and I was so little, right? And my brother, I feel like he was born with muscles, okay? Like I remember one time I'm sitting here
How
fighting
many
him.
siblings do you have?
Um I grew up with two brothers and one sister, but I also have a god sister as well. And then, and it was the 80s and the 90s. So you know how that go.
Okay.
Now, what was I saying? I was the incident. So my auntie and my mom, they were there. My cousins, they were all there. And every time I would run up on my brother, he would just grab me, slam me to the ground. Slam me, right?
And
little stuff. And I hop right back up like a spring chicken and run and attack him again.
Right.
Because I was not stopping at all, right? And my auntie said, "You gonna stop them? Are you gonna stop him from slamming her down?" She said, "When she gets tired, she'll stop running up on that man, on that boy." Right? And that really stuck with me because I learned as well. You put your hands on a man is still a man. No matter how aggressive you are, no matter how fast you run, no matter if you scared, you not scared, that's still a man. I will protect myself, obviously, but I'm never going to be the aggressor when it comes to a man.
Yeah, right.
Just because it ain't an equal fight. It can never be. You know what I'm saying?
It's never going to be.
So, and plus, I just don't want that type of lifestyle and environment. I ain't trying to be healing my face. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do all that hiding wounds and stuff like that. I'm not for it. No.
Okay.
That ain't my lifestyle.
Right. I get it. Does Porsha prefer a bad boy or more bookworm? Bookworm or bad boy? And why? I prefer, can I say what I prefer? I prefer a bad boy. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean, of course, I still want him to have, other things. He has to be moral, believe in God, work, family oriented, but that edge.
I feel like a reformed bad boy is what I'm looking for. I'm not so much in the life right now just because I've dealt with that before. Where they're active and stuff, and one of the things, I guess, the draw and where what's sexy to me, my favorite Disney princess is Belle, right? So Beauty and the Beast, and so I'm highly attracted to beast mode, right? I'm highly attracted to a guy who can be, rough, but it's just so sweet with me that. You just so nice to me, but you just mean to the world.
I think that's what I'm saying, right? It's a balance. It's a balance. Yes. That's what I like. That's exactly what I like. That's exactly what I like. I do. Yeah. I absolutely do. You know what? I was having a conversation with my friend, one of my best friends, and she got cheated on. Didn't know she was the side chick.
Oh,
right?
Okay. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, she had no idea.
They'll make you feel like you the one. Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Why do they do that?
Why do they do that? Why do men want their cake and eat? I mean, I get it, but isn't it so much easier to just be honest? No, right? Right.
No, because you're not going to have it your way. Not with everybody. And because, and one of the things I would tell your friend is that sometimes you can be girlfriend material to that man, and they know that you're not going to do side chick, right? So they put you in a certain lane that you didn't ask to be in because they know otherwise you wouldn't have went for it, right?
Right.
So yes, they could be upfront and honest, but then they wouldn't get what they wanted, and
Right.
it's really selfish, right? Because they
Absolutely.
want what they want, and they want the benefits of you feeling like you're in an exclusive relationship with them. And that's why, like, I honestly believe there's levels to what you give in relationships now, you know. Once you are in a solidified relationship, the benefits increase. Once I've met your, the benefits increase. Once we've done certain things, your benefits increase. Your level and weight that you have in my life increase based off your actions aligning with the words that you're telling me, right? And the access that I have to you aligns as well, because she couldn't have had complete access to him if he had a main.
Okay. Okay.
Impossible.
Right. So I was saying that to say, in all your years of dealing with a man, have you knowingly, it's a crazy question.
Have I knowingly became a side?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't knowingly become a side. Now, um,
I have another friend who
chose that life. That
she
chose
was
that.
okay with it.
Yeah,
She was
because some
absolutely
women
okay
are
because she felt
absolutely
like
okay.
she was still getting the same benefits he was giving his main. She was absolutely okay
Yeah,
with it.
and some women are fine with
I'm
it.
not.
You
I'm
know?
not okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely
not
not.
okay. I'm not okay. So you
I
not
would knowingly
knowingly.
do it. Now, have I been in situations like that where they say, "Oh no, we're not together," and this is what it is, and come to find out, you still very much active with that person? Yes, but it's the actions after that matters, right? Do you keep it going?
Right. Okay.
Did you choose to, like, what did you do after that?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
um, I've had someone call me, coming to me as a woman, and I personally, um, I've sent so many men out of my inbox based off. Do you know I can see her on your
Right.
page?
Right.
Like,
Right. Right.
no, please, no, sir, no, sir. Now, how a person shows up, and there's no clear signs of a person, right? You do your due diligence. You set you make it clear to a person, like, hey, if you have these other things going on, I can't, like, if you are with someone in a solid relationship, I'm not saying if he's dating, right? Because that's why there's lines, right?
Right.
So if he's actively dating, there's a certain time frame in which that is okay
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Okay. But once we get to the point where we're exclusively dating, we're intimate, and we're having sex, then I don't want you to be seeing other people physically like you're seeing me, because I enjoy my life, my body.
Right.
And I don't have to give
Right.
it to you.
Right.
I can give it to somebody who will.
Right. Right.
So,
So you just meet someone, you feeling him. He's a good dude. How long are you willing to wait until he wants to make it official? I'm asking this because there's some women who will wait a year or two or whatever, and there's some that's like, no, if he don't see that I'm the one within 6 months, 7 months, I'm gone. How long is Porsha willing to wait to make it official?
I truly, truly believe, like, for me, personally, I don't have time constraints on it. It's more so where I am in my own mental capacity and where I'm at with dating. I don't allow a man to control my dating life.
Okay.
So, with that, what I mean by that is I don't base it off of what he's doing, what's going on with him, and things like that. I base it off me, what I'm doing, what's going on with me. Am I even ready to be in a relationship yet? Right? And do I see the things that I'm looking for in this person before I say yes to being exclusive with the person? How do we communicate?
Right.
Right? So do we even want the same things? Does his lifestyle align with mine? Like, if I can't see that, and if I don't see that, then no, I'm not going to be ready to date you exclusively because you're probably not that person for me, right?
Right.
But at the same time, that's why I do believe in like you shouldn't lay with everybody so quickly
That's
because it
true.
makes it more difficult. It turns up the heat. It turns up the timer. And but if you do, you got to accept that for what it is and that you were okay with that, you know?
Okay.
So no, I don't have a time constraints on becoming on being in a relationship or anything like that. I don't say it got to be within a year because it really depends on what is going on.
The
I do
circumstances.
will I do a whole year with somebody and I'm not really dealing with them like that? Probably. I don't think that if someone can hang on around that long with me, then you doing all right. You
Right,
doing all
right.
right.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I'm going to stop talking to you.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second,
Yeah.
okay? A lot of us women always say, you know, if he coming at me, he has to have A, B, C, D, right? Okay. What does Portia bring to the table? If a man is approaching you,
And he's like, oh, the ABCs and D's. What
yeah,
is
what
my
are your
A's,
A, B, C, and
C's and
D's?
D's?
Yes.
Yeah. So my my ABCs and D's are definitely double edged swords.
Okay,
So
okay, I like that. Okay.
it's the same thing that attracts them, scares them away too, right? So I'm highly ambitious. I have goals set for myself. I am you know, I'm a lover girl like crazy. I will do just about anything in love, you know. But that's why I have so much discernment with who I decide to
I
be in
like
love
that.
with, you know, because I know, girl, I will be like, ooh, which rose colored glasses I want today. I want to be in Delulu land, you know what I'm saying?
I love
And
the
I'm all about my
Lululemons.
person. Yeah,
I love
yeah,
the Lululemon.
yes. I, I, I definitely just feel like um yeah, I just feel like yeah, I bring love to the table. I bring intimacy to the table. I bring not only just what I do physically and my mindset and my growth, forward movement and growth to the table. And then, but I definitely bring affirmation and just a plan to the table.
I love that.
I love to motivate. I love to help you, you know, with your goals. If it's especially when it's a common interest and it can help the both of us. I just feel like you know, people be like, "Oh, I cook." I do that too.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Do you
What
so
else?
somebody asked the question like, "Oh, do you do your dudes nails and feet?" Like, yeah.
Right, right, right.
Period. You
right.
know, do you wash clothes? Yes, I fold them, wash them. I would do all of those things.
Right.
So, yes, you got that. Granted, like I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna do the work stuff too. I'm gonna do all of that. But I feel like the things that you really can't buy out of stores, I bring that as well.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Last question for Portia.
Mm-hmm.
The burning question.
What's that?
Does Portia prefer girth or length? She said nothing is off limits. Does Portia prefer girth or length?
Can we get both of them? No, I'm just kidding.
It's so weird for me. I don't care about length.
Yeah.
I would much rather girth. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about Portia the Queen?
I don't really have a preference. I just know what I don't want. And that's I I gotta feel something.
Okay. okay.
I gotta feel something.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Are you gonna be on edibles all the time? You're gonna be on edible arrangements for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions that I have for you. I actually had more, but I know our time is up.
Yeah.
But thank you for letting me come on and switch the roles and ask questions. Hopefully I can come back and do it again because I have real burning questions.
Okay, no, for
Yes.
sure. We'll do this more often. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them in.
Yes,
and we'll
yes,
add that
yes.
to the next time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I asked Porsha some questions.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know, Trena, she's gonna co-host on some episodes with me coming up in the future, so you'll see her a lot more often on this show.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed it. But this has been another episode of Porsha's Queen, the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All right. It's a wrap.